We'll share, Rick, tonight we are hearing new released witness testimony from some of former President Trump's own advisors who say Trump was told many times that former Vice President Pence did not have the authority to overturn the election. And we're learning new chilling details about just how close the angry mob came to encountering Pence and his family inside the Capitol. In its third public hearing, the January 6th committee presenting startling new evidence showing Donald Trump's attempts to pressure his vice president to overturn the 2020 election results.
What the president wanted the vice president to do was not just wrong. It was illegal and unconstitutional.
But Pence refused Trump's demands. New witness testimony from the former president's inner circle revealing Trump's frustration with his VP during a phone call on the morning of the 6th.
The conversation was pretty heated. It was a different tone than I'd heard him take with the vice president before.
Witnesses saying Trump berated Pence, calling him a wimp, among other names. Shortly after the call, Trump spoke to the crowd of his supporters gathered outside the White House.
Mike Pence, I hope you're going to stand up, and if you're not, I'm going to be very disappointed in you.
As the angry mob began to breach the Capitol just before 2:15, Pence began certifying Joe Biden's victory from the House floor. Trump's supporters were furious.
If Pence caved, we're going to drag through the streets.
Pence was evacuated to an underground location. Newly released photos show him on the phone, reportedly refusing to leave the Capitol as rioters hunted him upstairs, coming within just 40 feet at one point.
The vice president did not want to take any chance that the world would see the vice president of the United States fleeing the United States Capitol.
According to witness testimony, the idea of how to overturn the election came from a man named John Eastman, one of Trump's attorneys and a former professor at Chapman University in Orange County. Eastman wanted Pence to throw out Electoral College votes from states that Trump lost, despite rebukes from Trump's own White House advisors.
I said, "Are you out of your effing mind?" He said, "You're going to turn around and tell 78 plus million people in this country that your theory is this is how you're going to invalidate their votes?"
A second witness, a retired conservative judge, saying if Trump's plan had succeeded, it would have plunged America into a revolution.
Donald Trump and his allies and supporters are a clear and present danger to American democracy.
All right, and there's more. In the next hearings, we will focus on the pressure that the president put on lawmakers and state officials to reverse those lawful election results. Rick, sending it back to you.